Thank you, Nancy and Preeti. Good morning, everyone. Let's now have a look at the top lines in finance world. IMF, International Monetary Fund, cut its Eurozone growth outlook for the next 2 years over uncertainty sparked by Britain's vote to leave the European Union. IMF said it now expects 2016 growth of 1.6%, down from the previous forecast of 1.7%, while the 2017 growth forecast will drop to 1.4%. Public sector bank employees to go on strike for 2 days starting tomorrow since the conciliation meeting failed to yield any results. The unions have called for a strike against proposed closure of associate banks and their merger with the State Bank of India and proposed privatization of IDBI Bank, among other issues. Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Arvind Panagadia said India reached 1991 economic crisis level under UPA 2 regime. He also said though there are significant lags between policy actions and outcomes, India will see sustained growth and poverty decline over time. He also said that 2 years were too little to assess the outcome of economic reforms. Enough people can get Ganga Jal at all post offices across the country, and if they want, they can even get it delivered to their doorsteps. Union Ministers Ravi Shankar Prasad and Manoj Sinha launched a new scheme in which holy Ganga Jal from Gangotri and Rishikesh will be available at all the post offices. Well, those are the top lines. And moving on, Air India has decided to lower its last-minute ticket fares to the level of AC two-tier of Rajdhani trains. As part of the pricing strategy, Air India will drop fares on 4 key routes: Delhi-Mumbai Rajdhani, which costs around 2,870 rupees, Delhi-Chennai route, which costs 3,905 rupees, and Delhi-Kolkata route, which costs 2,890 rupees, while Delhi-Bengaluru Rajdhani route, that costs 4,095 rupees by Indian Railways. Now, these fares are applicable only for tickets booked 4 hours before departure. Air India Chairman and Managing Director Ashwini Lohani said this move is aimed at providing relief to passengers from skyrocketing fares and also to fill the vacant seats. Well, moving on to the global markets, to begin with the United States markets. In fact, the US stocks closed more than 1% higher on Friday, that's the previous trading session, more than recovering their post-Brexit losses after a surprisingly large beat on the June jobs report headline figure. In fact, the major US indexes closed off session highs. US non-farm payrolls data for June showed that 287,000 new jobs were created against 180,000 expected, while unemployment rose to 4.9% from 4.7%. This impacted the global markets across the world. European markets to begin with. In fact, indices shot up after the US jobs data were released in Europe. The indices were up by between 0.87 to 2.24%. In fact, investors in Europe are very much relying on the Fed to keep interest rates low in order to help deal with the fallout from the UK's vote to leave the European Union. In fact, the same effect is on the Asian markets as well. The Asian share markets enjoyed a relief rally today in the morning as upbeat US jobs data lessened immediate concerns about the health of the world's largest economy. On the other side, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's ruling coalition won a landslide victory, giving it to the power to potentially revise the nation's post-war pacifist constitution for the first time. The result boosted the investor sentiments, and we can see Nikkei is up by almost 3.25% there. Coming back to the Indian markets have closed on a flat note in the negative territory in the last trading session. However, today Indian markets are likely to open positive because of the positive global cues which are witnessing across the world from US, Europe, and in the morning in the Asian markets as well. Well, those are the updates in finance world. Once